Hey, it's NPR's Book of the Day. I'm Andrew Limbong. I will forever stump for the importance of art criticism. Whether we're talking books, movies, or in today's case, music, criticism has the power to set the conversation, to dictate what art is important and what art can be dismissed. Today's book is about reassessing the pop music canon to better appreciate and understand women's role. This book actually comes from NPR's own music team, and it's titled How Women Made Music. And NPR Music's Ann Powers spoke with NPR's Scott Detrow about what went into this project, why this felt necessary, and what the future of pop music looks like. That's coming up.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from the Southern Environmental Law Center and its podcast, Broken Ground. Picture the rural South, and country stores and fields of farmland may come to mind. But what about landfills, strip mines? All over the South, polluting industries are courting small towns, betting what they do there will be out of sight and out of mind. This season on Broken Ground, dig into what happens when small-town neighbors decide to fight for a better future. Now available wherever you listen to podcasts.
It really feels like women have conquered pop music lately. Global newsmakers like Taylor Swift and Beyonce produce record-setting tours. Mary J. Blige, Cher, and Big Mama Thornton are about to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And when Grammy nominations are announced next month, it is expected that women will again dominate the field. Perfect time for a new book called How Women Made Music, A Revolutionary History. It's out now, and it was made by our friends at NPR Music. Joined now by Ann Powers, NPR's music critic and correspondent. Hey, Ann.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What good timing. I mean, it takes a while to write a book, to come up with the concept, and yet it is coming out at this moment where it really feels like women are totally dominating this world.
And it's such a great moment to celebrate the history of women in popular music. But I think the important thing to say is that the beauty and achievement of women throughout popular music history has always been marked by struggle. Like the three women you mentioned who are getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, each one of them was marginalized or trivialized or even forgotten. For example, Big Mama Thornton, in one of the first essays in the book, is about how she and her version of the song Hound Dog really laid the foundation for rock and roll. So the project that laid the foundation for this book was a multi-platform, years-long series we did at NPR Music called Turning the Tables, was designed to ask the question, what happens to the history of popular music when only women are considered? Centering these figures again, bringing them really, really back into the mainstream of the conversation. And the book adds their own voices using material from the NPR archive.
What all did you learn from digging into all of these archives?
Well, Alison Fensterstock was the editor of the book, and she did an amazing job of finding interviews that really sort of echo forward toward what's happening in the present. Because right now, it might seem like it's the wave is hitting the shore. There's so much momentum. Chapel Roan is filling football fields all over the country and all over the world.
It's a phenomenon. So let's say it's working out.
Yet what we found is that in the 50 years of interviews that we could find, there were always women kind of, seeking change and working for equity in popular music. And maybe they didn't call it that in the moment, but they were doing their work, they were making their music. For example, Loretta Lynn told Melissa Block on this very show in 2004 about how she centered women's stories with her song The Pill from 1975.
I'm tearing down your brooder house, 'cause now I've got the pill.
Like I said, I've shocked a lot of people about the things that I've recorded, and like The Pill and different things. But I went to radio stations and I'd say, hey, is there any women in here? And they said, yeah. I said, I bet you $5 are on the pill, too. I was the only one that didn't take the pill, and I didn't have to have it. My old man took care of that a long time ago.
Your last time, 'cause now I've got the pill.
I mean, that subversiveness in that quote and that insistence on putting women's stories first, that reminds me of what Chapel Roan is doing now with gender and sexuality and queerness in 2024.
A lot of this book is about women artists telling stories about women's lives, but I'm curious, what do you think is the most important way that women have moved popular music forward?
Well, honestly, of course, I believe in telling stories. I'm a writer. I work for NPR, But to me, real equity is achieved through two things. One, seizing the means of production. Like actually becoming great guitarists and rappers, producers, drummers. And then the second thing is just increasing the number of women in the room, in every aspect of the music industry and music making. So a lot of the essays in this book explore these themes. For example, there's one by Sasha Geffen about Annie Clark, who goes by St. Vincent, as a different kind of guitar hero who creates a different relationship with the guitar in her songs. And one of the best and most popular essays in the book is by Talia Schlanger, and it's about Meg White, the drummer from the White Stripes, who was really denigrated often, and people thought she couldn't play, and she's just letting Jack White push her around. But Talia writes about her as an introvert, and really as the greatest introvert in rock and roll. These women change things by doing, by making music that's revolutionary, rather than just talking about it.
And on that note, the book, How Women Made Music, is out now. Ann Powers is NPR's music critic and the founder of the series Turning the Tables. Ann, it was really great to talk to you.
Very fun. Thank you so much.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Rosetta Stone, an expert in language learning for 30 years. Right now, NPR listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership to 25 different languages for 50% off. Learn more at rosettastone.com/NPR.
Support for NPR and the following message come from IXL Learning. IXL Learning uses advanced algorithms to give the right help to each kid, no matter the age or personality. Get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when you sign up today at IXL.com/NPR. Support for NPR and the following message come from IXL Online. Is your child asking questions on their homework you don't feel equipped to answer? IXL Learning uses advanced algorithms to give the right help to each kid, no matter the age or personality. One subscription gets you everything. One site for all the kids in your home, pre-K to 12th grade. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And NPR listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/NPR.